In this video, I'm going to share with you how I got over 700,000 views within a week with LinkedIn's brand new trend. Every time LinkedIn releases a new feature, they always give it a push. So what's the new feature and what's the new trend that I'm talking about? What's this video about and how can you get value? If you know anything about social media, you'll know that TikTok is an absolute beast. All the social media channels are following what TikTok has done because people want to consume short form video content. I don't know if you've ever found yourself on the couch scrolling videos, whether it's on TikTok, Facebook, or LinkedIn. It's very addictive. Facebook's followed. They introduced Reels. They've introduced Story. Instagram followed TikTok. Every social platform has done it except for LinkedIn. And now LinkedIn has been experimenting with a vertical video feed. It's not in every country yet, but if you're in Australia and you open the LinkedIn mobile app, in fact, let me just do it for you right now. You see right down the bottom here, where it's got the main navigation bar, you've got home, video, my network, notifications, jobs. So these are generally the areas that LinkedIn wants you to click on. It's conversion hierarchy. You put the links that you want people to click on the most prominent. There's no post, there's no posting image, there's no post article, it's video. That tells me one thing, LinkedIn is prioritizing video content. And I open it up and what do I see? A vertical video feed that I can scroll through. Now, this is what was announced about 3 weeks ago. We're in December 2025, so let's call it November. I found out from LinkedIn that they're all in on vertical video. They've done their testing and they're rolling it out internationally. And at the time, it was about 10% of the world that had the vertical video feed. It's a new feature, right? It's a new trend. But the first thing I'm thinking of is that means only 10% of LinkedIn users are on there at the moment. So whatever you can achieve now, multiply that by 10 when it gets rolled out internationally. The other thing is most creators aren't posting video on LinkedIn. Only 1% of LinkedIn members post at all. A lot less post video. What we've already seen happen is talent from YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram is moving over to LinkedIn. It's happened in a big way with copywriters. It's about to happen with people that create videos. And I tell you what, when they come on the platform, they're going to own it because these guys are really talented. We've had it very easy on LinkedIn with not much competition over the last 11 years. And I've been telling people, make the most of it while you can because it's going to change. And it is going to change. But at the moment, there's not many people using it. Not many people know about it. You probably haven't heard about it yet, unless you're in the creator space, in which case you would have heard the top influencers mentioning that everyday mums and dads with 2,000 followers going viral and getting 1 million views without professional video production. So most people would just assume just because they do a vertical video that it's going to end up in the feed. That's not the case at all. And it doesn't mean that just because you follow somebody or you're connected to them that they're going to see your video or you're going to see their video. Social media these days doesn't necessarily prioritize who you follow. It's based on a knowledge graph and an interest graph. What does that mean? Well, just because I follow 20 people that are in medicine, if my behavior tells LinkedIn that I'm more interested in social media content because I'm liking, commenting, engaging, watching content that's to do with social media and marketing, it's not going to show me medical stuff just because I've got 10 connections there. It's going to show me what I'm proven by my behavior to be interested in. What's the criteria LinkedIn's using here? Generally, when it's a new feature, they keep it pretty simple so they can get the user experience better. I probably went through about 200 video posts and I looked at whether it had subtitles, how long the video was. So this is what I noticed. The people that were getting featured in the vertical video feed weren't necessarily big influencers. So that tells me it doesn't necessarily matter if you've got 1,000 followers or you've got 1 million followers. So there's more to this. About 80% of the videos had customized captions burned into the video. Most of the videos were about 1 minute long. So you wanted the vertical video format about 1 minute long with the subtitles burned in to the video. It didn't seem to matter whether you used professional video editing or not. I would imagine what might matter is watch time. So how long people are watching your video for. So that just comes down to having a really good hook, keep people interested in what you're talking about. Don't waste time at the front. If you're going to lose people, you'll lose most people in the first 10 seconds. Out of the people that you lose in the first 10 seconds, you're going to lose most of them in the first 3 seconds. It's really important what you start with. The final thing, and I think this is really the key to it, is every single profile that I looked in and was featured in the vertical video feed, whether they were getting thousands of views or millions of views, was consistently posting video. They weren't necessarily posting video all the time, but they were posting at least 1 video a week, most of the time 2 videos a week, and they'd be doing it for a while. So even if they just sat at their desk with their phone, no editing, they were doing that twice a week. I can understand the logic behind that because LinkedIn's probably thinking they've been doing this a long time, they've got experience, let's show them to a wider audience. A video would do well if it got like 8,000, 9,000 views. Sometimes I only got 2,000 or 3,000, but every time I'm posting, so let's say I do 2 a week, let's say it gets 5,000 views, that's 10,000 views a week, 40,000 views a month, 480,000 views on my videos a year, and I would get another 500,000 from articles and images. If I had to pay for 1 million views, it would cost me a fortune. $5 a click. You do the math. What's that? $5 million. If you can get more attention and you've got a system to be able to convert that attention into visits to your profile, and then your profile is set up to convert visitors to leads, then this is where the value is. I think measuring profile views is far more important than measuring content views. I learned that from Yasmin Alec, who's an exceptional LinkedIn influencer. And he's got pulled as the video feed as well, and he's got a few million views. And he says, look, that's awesome, but it's all about profile views. So it's been literally 3 weeks since I started posting videos, and I'm going to be posting at least 3 a week. And for the next 6 months, I'm going to be taking advantage of this opportunity. Like I said before, the most important thing is that you're consistent. Well, you don't want to be thinking about video all the time. If you need to post 3 times a week, you're going to be thinking about it for 3 hours a day, 3 times a week. That's ridiculous. What you need is to batch create content. You need to create a huge library of content in one day so that you can post for 3 months and not have to think about it again. And I found that the best way to get return on investment from videos is actually by sharing podcast clips. A lot of the experts out there have done analysis on this, and they say the return on investment is about 5 to 6 times. A lot of my clients, they haven't got experience in front of camera. They haven't got experience speaking from stage, and they sure as hell haven't been on a podcast before. The thought of them looking right into the lens like this is just too overwhelming. And I think to myself, I think the best content comes from the founder or the owner of the business, because he can share the story behind the brand. How do you bring that out of them on camera? And the best way is interview. If I'm interviewing them, I get them to look me in the eye, and hopefully at some point they forget the camera's there and they realize they're just having a conversation. So I've interviewed well over 1,000 entrepreneurs during my career, but I've learned that the success of the interview comes down to the questions you ask. And I structure a 1-hour interview where every single question I ask, I know is going to be relatable to a wide audience and will do well on social media. Look, their answer's not going to be perfect in terms of the way they articulate the story. Most of them are going to waffle on for a bit, and that's where post-production comes in. So if I ask 30 questions in an hour, then the video editors come in, they chop that out, they add this here, they put this to the front, they add B-roll. In an hour of their time, 30 short videos. When you get a professional video done from a video production company, you're looking at spending like 4,000 or 5,000 Australian dollars, and that's a pretty good rate. So you can imagine if you're trying to create 20 or 30 of these, it's getting too expensive because you need to be consistent. You can get the cost down by systemizing it. It's a bit like McDonald's. They had to make one cheeseburger. It costs them a lot more than if they create 100,000 because they've got all these machines and economies of scale, and this person does this and this person does that, and there's a conveyor belt. So this is the cheeseburger of content. So we offer a service where we will create all of your videos and manage posting them for you, because we want to make sure that they do well, and you need to have a really good caption to be able to do that and post at the right time. And so we make sure we take care of that as well. The service is called Behind the Brand. That's a content creation service. So if you're interested in that, please do hit me up on LinkedIn. If you enjoyed this video and you want more free trainings, check out my YouTube channel, Nathaniel Bibby. Hit the subscribe button, connect with me on LinkedIn. Let's keep in touch. Love to hear your feedback in the comments. I'll see you. Thanks for watching.